Right, welcome to this review for the new Kill Team box called Into the Dark. Boasting a whole lot of new miniatures here, exciting stuff, some more Astra Militarum Imperial Guard models, and also a variety of Kroot as well, which is they're a fantastic concept from Games Workshop for the Tower. Some exciting sculpts for sure, plus the skirmish battlefield as well. So plenty to check out in this video. It's going to be an unboxing video, so it'll be my impressions of the box. But yet again, another highly impressive Kill Team box here from Games Workshop. They really are producing some incredible sets. The great thing about these is they're nicely self-contained, so you've got all that you need to play the game, plus 2 armies. It's a great kind of game to chip in with friends and to play using 40k miniatures, but on a smaller skirmishing sort of scale. So for discount 40k for things like this, plus regular 40k, Age of Sigmar, other gaming systems, paints, accessories and so on, do check out the channel sponsors, the Outpost, based in the UK. So it's just a way of keeping the cost of the hobby down. It's 20% off usually, the usual retail price for Games Workshop stuff. And shipping across the UK, across the European Union. If your order's large enough, they'll give you free shipping on top of that as well. So, first impression, it's a heavy box. It's full of stuff. There's a gaming board inside here as well. But I've reviewed some of the other sets here from Kill Team, and they're fantastic. They're really, really good. So this one's like a boarding action on board a ship. Inside here. So in the hellishly close confines of the Space Hulk Gallodark, elite Kill teams stalk each other, fighting brutal battles amidst echoing chambers and haunted corridors. It's highly thematic, this one. This is the scale of the battlefield here. So as opposed to layered terrain or stuff that's outdoors, this is one level, but corridor based. So a little bit like Space Hulk, but sort of a Kill Team equivalent to it. And 2 nicely contrasting armies here. Imperial Navy breaches, which we'll zoom in, take a look at the models, look at some of the artwork for them. And then some customized Kroot here, which just look fantastic. So just shying away from your regular Kroot with their standard weapons, I've actually got some extra different types of weapons here for this box set. So I'll crank it open. But it's a big one. So yeah, that's the summary of it there. An intense boarding action in the 41st millennium. So 2 armies plus terrain. That's the selection of Kroot models. Your regular Kroot Hound, regular Kroot Warriors, but brilliant sculpts. I've always loved the concept of Kroot working as an auxiliary force for the Tower. The fluff for them, the concept of them. I don't read too much fluff for 40k, but I used to read through the Tower Codexes down through the different editions. Just love the whole idea of Kroot. But for them to get this kind of resculpt here, these like sniper rifles, hunting bow type weapons here, and the different poses, squad leader with a pulse rifle, this Kroot gun over this gun here, all of it, absolutely fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant job to see them done. And it really, Kill Team has been a bit of a gateway for like multi-posed skirmish equivalents of sort of regular 40k units. So you know, regular Kroot unit is quite basic for normal 40k. But when it comes to Kill Team and skirmishing, where you need that variety, then it gives Games Workshop an excuse to really branch out into some great sculpts and nice variety. So I've seen that as a massive benefit here for the Kill Team releases. Like this guy here's got like a false leg, like a pirate, a leg missing, and then an artificial limb. Details like that. Very, very cool. We should really flip round to the breeches. One here with a Navis Axe Jack, like a Grenadier type, Napoleonic Grenadier style with the big axes for breaching. We actually get a cat unit. Ha! Again, similar to Space Hulk. Very, very cool. There's a Grenadier with the extra armour plate that sank out of World War I, where the Grenadiers wore a bit of extra armour for breaching trenches and so on. Shotguns. A Navis Gunner. I think it's a scatter laser, I'd imagine. I doubt it's going to be a las cannon. And there's a Geist Skull. And this, I think, is my favourite, the Endurant here with the shield and shotgun. Just absolutely fantastic. Sergeant at Arms. So, can't fault the sculpting. The concept variety, all of it's fantastic. So you are in for, what I would say actually, the quality of the models for Kill Team that are created specifically for Kill Team, such as box sets like this, you are in for a treat here. It's the best of the best of models. So, you know, it's filled to the brim with stuff. So Kroot sprue, we'll zoom in, I'll just unpack this here. So Kroot, then majority of this will be buildings, that's the Imperial Navy stuff. The other thing is, seeing this stuff sculpted, another variation of Astra Militarum, gives much hope for the dream of the resculpt for the Astra Militarum regiment, such as the Mordian Iron Guard, Ice Warriors of Valhalla and so on. Just love to see all those sculpted like this kind of quality in plastic. Surely they will. They must, they're heading in the right direction. So details here, it's not just walls, but it's piping work. I can see loads of accessories and stuff here as well, but again, we'll zoom in just a moment. But much of this is the terrain. And of course, you can use this terrain in your games of 30k and 40k. There's no reason why you can't then take your Kill Team stuff and then spread it out onto a 40k table, 30k table, no problem at all. So I think it's a good idea. I'm yet to play Kill Team, the reports on it are good. There's an extra sprue here. It's for the Imperial Navy stuff. There's the cat. Yeah, I think that's a measuring stick, I believe. Could be wrong. More parts of the terrain as well. It's what bulks the box out, makes it so big, is the terrain set. They give you a nice partition here, piece of artwork. So two factions fighting against each other. So then I won't break these open here, but you got the card decks. A set of those, I guess it's one per faction just there. This is a great kind of set for yourself and a friend. Like, this is something James and I would get a hold of, and then we'd say, right, we like the idea of this box here. I would do the crew, obviously. James would do the Astra Militarum. You've got like 20 models to paint up, so it wouldn't be too much effort. You could really take your time painting them up nicely. And then the terrain, you could give that a couple of different varieties of spray paints, spray cans, just to tone it all in with the colours on the board, and you've immediately got yourself a battlefield. So inside there, we'll take a look at this. This is the core book and the Into the Dark specific book as well for the set. Give you the dice that you need. I think it's everything you need to play the game here, which is all nicely self-contained. That's all the bases for the whole thing. I wonder if the Kroot, I wonder who's on the slightly larger bases, the 28mm, and who's on the smaller ones. Have they rescaled the Kroot? I've got a feeling they have. Put them onto larger bases, which I guess would make sense. They're quite tall, the Kroot. So that's the board, nicely themed, and this is great because it gives you a nice sort of colour reference for you. It's always pack away nice and flat, fits nicely in the box, and immediately got some colours to play with for painting up the terrain. And I would, if I was in a rush, I would just pick out some appropriate coloured spray cans and then dash those colours across nice and quick, get them to match in with that, no problem at all. Terrain, I'm increasingly of the opinion that you want fast but effective techniques as much as possible, trying to dwell on stuck on terrain. But you still want something to look good enough. So there's the board. No doubt double-sided. But it's quite basic really, because it's just corridors and it's not going to hold you in place, fix you down what you can and can't do with the layout. So what's interesting here is, so this is an artwork. This is photography here of existing terrain. Interesting. Now they may have colour toned it and so on, but it looks like photographs of actual terrain as opposed to like a concept art type work. I'm just trying to flip this over. It's much the same kind of artwork on either side, if not identical. Similar. for sure. Not much variety. I wonder if they could have done 2 designs. It's double-sided to take advantage of that. There's no real benefit in having the same design repeated on both sides. Could they have done a different design? Perhaps more work involved, but that would have been pretty cool to have 2 different options for the Space Hulk. Surely not all the corridors like this. There might be some solid sort of concrete type ones, solid floors. They could have done for this board as well and have it flipped over different designs on each. Just a suggestion. But a little bit of a wasted opportunity there for that. Not going to bother people too much, I should imagine. We'll take a look at the. We'll zoom and take a look at the sprues. So little wall pieces, bits to hide behind for the skirmish game. But I think these are measuring parts as well. I think that's a standard sprue for Kill Team. Then onto the corridors and terrain. We'll look at first of all. Just cut this piece out as a doorway entrance. Puts a little bit Admech-y kind of feel to it a little bit. Just flip it over. All the details here, look, this extinguisher, I think it's a fire extinguisher or canister just leaned against that, a smashed up screen. Details like that. Excellent. This one, the hatches on the doors, you can swing open or leave closed, whatever you want to do. I wonder if they've built it in such a way where it is a door that can be left to swing. You don't have to glue it in place, but it can actually swing open and shut during the game. Be a good touch. You do that. Another piece is the same, I think. Yep. Another piece here. This one's different. Again, look at the detail. The smashed panels dropping down. Nothing rushed about this terrain. Meticulous work on this. Yeah, I think these brackets here would hold the swinging doors, I think, and you could play around with that so that those fit in there, and you could do it so that you could block that off and they would actually swing open and close. It'd be fantastic to do that. Physically open and close the doors would be very cool. Again, there's another panel dropping down just here. All dented, broken stuff, things not straight, parts missing. Nice, so it's not that factory fresh kind of look to it. Seen that piece already. And we've seen that piece. It looks like 2 main sprues times 3. I think. Yeah, this one looks different as well. Yeah, this one looks different. So it looks like 3 main sprues here. Again, at the detail, smashed up parts, pieces hanging down, piece hanging down here. Little grill. You don't have to do that, but it's those that just adds life and realness to everything. Same crosshair, smashed up pieces. So it's a ship that's seen better days. That's that piece there. It's busted up piping, broken pieces. Yeah, real nice. You could still run this on a regular 40k table, I imagine. Accessories, extinguisher or gas canister type thing, stacked up crates. Brilliant. And that's another one of the same, so you get 2 of those as well. So it looks like 4 sprues times 2 for each, something like that. Next is the crute. They are tall, they're huge. Oh no, this is different. The crute that I have aren't that big. They are big. I think if you're used to playing Tower and the crute, you'll be struck at the size of these. They're tall, they're very tall. And the legs are thick. These are on a bigger scale here. I think they are a fair bit bigger than regular crute. Interesting. All the hunting equipment here. The quiver for the arrows. Pistol. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, really good, and a great, even if you're not into Kill Team, you know, a great way to add variety to your own 40k crute collection. So fantastic sprue, that one. There's the crute hound. fascinating is the gun. Yeah, beautiful kit. Absolutely fantastic. And then onto the breeches, or the navy breeches. There's a smaller sprue. There's the cat. So shotguns. There's the double-handed. The axe. Just there. Big long blade. Sword, a power sword. And then the main sprue. Where that shield is, here it is. There's that shield. One of them looks cool, but imagine ranks of them locking shields together like riot police. Oh, that'd be so good. Very, very cool. But I think there is the sort of imperial police for fighting on planets, and they have shields like this. Adeptus Arbites or something they're called. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but they would be like the police for imperial worlds, and they have shields like this. The games actually did do sculpts for them years and years ago. I remember them in White Dwarf magazines, but that's a long time ago. Cool. You know, because if you had the right police type, you can imagine them fighting against Renegade Guard or Gene Stealer Cult, something like that. Like an uprising. Oh, themed game that would be. So that's those. Detailing all the cloaks and things here for the navy breeches. Lovely colour scheme. So you've got that nautical kind of brassy bronze kind of colour going on, and then multiple shades of blue and grey with those. So very sort of navy kind of theme going on with them. So that's the sculpting. 10 out of 10. Sculpting wise, I can't find fault with it. It's exemplary stuff. Absolutely fantastic. The variety, the quality, absolutely superb. So if you love 40k miniatures, then the Kill Team sets are fantastic, because they're a celebration of what sculptors can do. You know, the level of variety is fantastic. So that's a massive plus side. We'll take a look at these. Not all of it. We'll give it a flick through the publications. So inside you get your construction manual, just showing you how to build all the models and the terrain. You get that just as usual. Your counters contained inside here as well. So the card counters double-sided, no doubt. Like so. And then two publications. Yeah, both decently sized. Into the Dark, that's the themed book. And then the core book here as well. So no doubt all the rules, the latest updates on the rules. I've zoom in a little bit and have a flick through. I don't want to dwell too much, but just to give you a really good flavour of what to expect inside. So welcome to the kill zone. You're zooming, it's like unit versus unit basically, but with a lot of variety in weaponry and skills and so on a smaller scale. So a chance to appreciate that. This is the set that I loved here. The Commandos for the Orcs are just incredible. I've got the models built, undercoated and ready to paint. Haven't fit them into my New York list yet, but they're glorious models. The level of personality to them is fantastic. So collecting, and of course you can bring in your own the Deathcore Creed models as well that Games Workshop did for one of these sets. Absolutely fantastic. The gaming side of things, 1,000 Years of War, the 41st millennium. What is that? Tempestus Scion, about to interrogate or execute Tau Fire Warrior. That's not right. Kill Teams, Theatres of War, Hive Asherov, comic style stuff going on here. Yeah. Forces of the Imperium. Of course, you could bring in your own models. You know, you can use your regular Space Marines or whatever and bring it into Kill Team. It's not a problem. You don't have to use the Kill Team dedicated units. Tempestus Scions, Admech, showing you all the different kind of Kill Team things that you can get. It's a good showcase of what you can use. Ancient of the Eldritch, so you can do like a Harlequin's Kill Team, no problem. There's the Orcs with their Commandos, fantastic job. There's the Necrons. You'd wonder about a Necron Kill Team. Can you imagine 10 different Necron models for skirmishing, all posed and equipped differently? That'd be something. for sure. Tyranids, Ginges of Colts already look pretty good. Tau, yeah, you got some nice variety for them. So then you go on to the core rules. Yeah, there's your range and angles and so on. Data cards, battle structure, so it's initiative phase, strategy phase, fight phase, or firefight phase. Breakdown of each of those. About halfway through the book here. Yeah, if you put a rule book like this in front of someone and say, "Oh, just learn the rules," you'd give up. Best way to play, best way to learn is just to join in a game with someone. I guess that's what the concept was for the Warhammer shops, is a chance to go in and for someone who knows what they're doing to show you what to do and to get a flavour for the game. Beautiful terrain, that new AdMax stuff. Very nice. Industrial machine. Yeah, and that's another area that Games Workshop really have expanded out and improved on, is the options, the variety of terrain now. Fantastic. So match play games, putting together your roster. Special ops and narrative plays, you've got that option here for Kill Team as well as 40k. Combat, casualties, strategic assets, requisitions, special ops, and then your missions and so on and so on for that one. So it's just standard core rules. So as I said, everything needs sort of self-contained. You've got your rule book, got the dice counters and so on, ready just to start playing. Then a specific book that's to go with the theme here of this set. Introduction. Space Hulks, brilliant. Brilliant concept art here. Look at that, it's so good. He's got, what on earth? What is that? He's got a crude hunting arrow through his eye. He's still walking. Unless it's just hit him. Crazy. And again, look at the forefront, you're letting loose this double, triple-barreled shotgun into the face of a crew, scratching away at the shield. Very, very cool. And you've got a massive contrast going on here as well. So you've got very primitive type crew, intelligent but primitive style, and then you've got the Imperial Navy with all their uniforms and so on. So getting the contrast right is brilliant. They've done it a number of times for the Kill Team sets. I've done it again. Imperial Navy of the breaches, very, very cool. There they are. Nice. Surely you could run these squads of 10, you know, if you just didn't play WYSIWYG, but just, I don't know, well there's shotguns there. You can take shotguns, can't you, for the guard? You used to be able to, because that whole squad there's got shotguns. There's a melter gun, it's all quite normal. And just run them as guard, and you could just run them as that. And then take that colour scheme and then put that colour scheme onto the guard vehicles and so on to do a full army for 40k. So there's comic style going on here as well. So it looks like it's I'm just throwing the rule book in, the two publications match each other up perfectly in style. There's the crew fighting away, whole squad. Name is Imperial Navy Breach Kill Team. Yes, it is. It's that nautical kind of the very old-fashioned diver's suit style with this large sort of metal piece going around. This very sort of very early days diving sort of thing going on with those. It's an extremely very, very nautical thing going on with them. Different types of units, what they can do. Special ops, requisitions, the Firestalker, Killband. Kinband Kill Team. Some models and their profiles. Yeah, you can imagine wandering around a ship and just, you know, an opportunistic raiding party here. Brilliant thing. Good concept. Whoever came up with a choice of, you know, which two factions to face off. Brilliant idea. Talking about different types of terrain. Nice miniature setups as well for the imagination. Space Marines against Chaos there. That's the other good combination they did. The Death Squad Creed against the Orcs, the Commandos. Very nice indeed. Setting up the terrain. Different terrain pieces. And you got your missions, themed missions for this set. So different missions showing you exactly where to place the corridors and so on. Obviously you can play your own, but the fixed missions are probably good fun. So there's products everything's there. So it just goes on, there's more missions to the little way through to the end. Brilliant. Okay. And there it is. That is the publication here, Into the Dark, here on the books for the Kill Team set. So there it is. That's the review here for the new Kill Team set. In all honesty, sculpting is fantastic on the models. Yet again, a brilliant combination. So Crete versus the Imperial Navy, absolutely fantastic. Going for the Space Hulk style theme, fighting in corridors, absolutely brilliant. The terrain looks great. It's actually fighting that one kind of level, but it's multiple corridors, hatches and doors and so on. So brilliant idea and theme running for Kill Team. As per usual, terrain's excellent. It's a big box, loads of stuff inside. They seem to have made the effort with all the rules and so on. Nothing seems rushed. So all in all, seems to be a very good set indeed. And as I said already, it's a great kind of set to pair up with someone, or even 3 people. One might want to do the terrain and so on. You can share the armies and rotate around. So it's a great kind of game to pitch in with friends and to approach it from that kind of direction. And almost it can act as a bit of an introduction to 40k instead of bringing someone to a 2,000 point scale of 40k and just bamboozling them with rules, because it is like overload when people first get into it. You can say, well, do you want to sit down and play a Kill Team game? It's only going to last an hour or two, or whatever, how long it takes. And it's a great way of people getting bit by the bug, by the models, the artwork, their imagination. You don't need necessarily a huge game to be inspired. It can be just a smaller skirmish with the detail, and to get a flavour and a taste of what the world of Warhammer 40,000 is like. Kill Team's an excellent way, I think, of doing that as well. The other win-win situation is you're painting up models that you can then go on to use in your games of 40k. The terrain you can go on to use in your games of 40k as well. So there's that option that you've got a gaming system of this that you can transition the whole over into 40k as well. So that's the review, just an unboxing video just to give first impressions and a chance to zoom in and take a look at the stuff. But do remember the sponsors, Discount 40k. You can put this box on pre-order and get a hold of it 20% off, which is a nice chunk off the cost of something as big as this. So that's the Outpost. Link for them in the video description below. If you do use that link, it does help the channel in a small way. There's no cost to yourself for doing that. We just get a little bit of kickback to help us out when you use that link. So keep a lookout for more reviews on the channel. But Kill Team, highly impressed. The quality is 10 out of 10 from Games Workshop. They're continuing, and it's interesting that it's not dying off. They're continuing with Kill Team. I think it's nicely entrenched now. It's not they've gone out and made the effort for a while and then it just tapers away and it becomes older. They're continuing to refresh and keep new stuff coming here for Kill Team, which is good. It encourages Kill Team players. I think they're not going to be neglected. And still, some of the best stuff that Games Workshop are doing is to be found in these Kill Team sets. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.